So in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh, you and your opponent each start off with 8,000 life points, and the goal of the game is to use your monsters to attack them and their monsters to get their life points down to 0. So you start off with a 60 card deck, and you have to draw 5 cards on your first hand. You can have no more than 7 cards in your hand at a time, though. So you'll have cards like monster cards, and you will have trap cards and spell cards. Spell cards can be played directly from the hand or can be set in the spell and trap card zone and played from there. Trap cards, however, can only be played when they've been set in the spell and trap card zone for one full turn. Monster cards can only be placed in the field when their star rating is 4 or lower. A monster with stars of 5 or higher have to be tributed for them to be used. So let's just say I use my trap card, put it there, and I summon this card to the field like this. And then I end my turn for the next person to go. That person plays that card, attack position, and my attack is 100 higher than their attack, so I attack them, and that card dies, so now my turn is over, and they go again. So let's say they put a card in defense position. I'm not going to use my monster to attack that card because I have no idea what the defense is, so it could be lower than my monster could end up. It could end up hurting my life points. So if I do end up attacking that card and my attack is higher than its defense, that card will be destroyed, but they won't lose any life points. The only way they lose life points is if the monsters are in attack position or they have no monsters and I attack their life points directly. So now I have a card that can be tributed for. So I'm going to place this card in defense and end my turn. So now I wait for my next turn. Let's say I don't do anything. I use these cards to tribute for that monster, which you just take the 2 cards and then you contribute for a monster that is 5 or more stars. So it's not going to be 7, so I can use this. And I'm just going to guess because this card is a 7-star monster that has more attack than that's defense, has 2400 attack, and this card's defense is 1500. So yes, this is to the graveyard, but they don't lose any life points because that card was in defense position. So let's just say later on in the game, I'm in a bad spot, and he happens to have 3 really good monsters in the field, and I have 0 because I don't know, I have monsters keep dying or I've had a bad hand. Say he uses all of them to attack me directly. I then use my trap card that has been placed here for the rest of the game. And its effect is when an opponent's monster declares an attack, destroy all attack position monsters your opponent controls, which are all 3 of those monsters over there. So this goes to the graveyard, and then all 3 of his monsters would be destroyed, and it would be my turn again. So I would draw and such, and the game keeps going on, and eventually, at the end, someone will have 0 life points, and the game will end, and you play again, and you just keep playing. It's just all about drawing good low-level monsters, so you can be able to summon for high-level monsters, like this one with 3000 attack and 2500 defense. Good card to have because you don't want to have cards the whole game that have 1600 attack. It'll get the job done against other monsters, but you need low-level monsters to summon your high-level monsters. So you don't just want 20 of the same level 8 monster. So you would rather have more low-level to summon and to protect yourself in defense position when you don't have any good monsters to attack.